Hello everybody, it is Tuesday. How are we doing tonight? What is happening in your world this Tuesday night? Tell me about it. Hang on a second here, I'm getting all my computers going here. Tell me about your Tuesday and what's happening in your Tuesday world. Boom, there. Now I got my screens going right. How are you this Tuesday evening? It is great to have you here. I am not at more 8 than ish. I am way early tonight. I am way early. Well, I guess not way early. An hour early. It's 8 o'clock somewhere. Somewhere in another time zone.
It's almost 8 o'clock for Karen.
Yes, it's almost 8:30 in Newfoundland. It's almost 8:30 in Newfoundland. 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 It's like almost 8:30 there. So there I'm more ish than 8 tonight, guys. How are you? Tell me about your Tuesday. I'm hopping on early tonight. And I hope I catch some of you. I'm not trying to intentionally screw you up. Hey, Adele, how are you tonight? That's the only place I've ever been that's been a half-hour time zone. An hour and a half ahead. I mean, I've never been any place else but Karen in Newfoundland. Newfoundland. I've never been any place else that's been a half-hour time zone. So, as I'm coming on, we're joking about and thinking about where is it 8-ish, you know? They say it's 5 o'clock somewhere, it's 8 o'clock somewhere. So, but I wanted to hop on tonight because I said, you know, I'm going to take Cassandra out tonight. And so I'm going to take her out tonight. I confused Dazzle. Okay, now the world is going to come to an end. I have confused Dazzle. You have to give Dazzle treats now. I mean, it is Dazzle's treat time. Dazzle knows when I come on, it's treat time. So, give Dazzle some treats. But I wanted to hop on tonight for a little bit. I said, you know what? We've had a day. It's been a day. We've got a lot going on. I said, let's go out to dinner. Go sit on the patio someplace for dinner tonight and chill a little bit. But if I chill a little bit, then I'll be really late. So I decided to be really early tonight for you guys. Really early, and I got an important conversation that I want you to hear tonight. So I've got an important topic. So I'm gonna where did I do with my glasses?
Some things don't change.
Oh, there they are. See, even though I'm early, my glasses are still missing. So you know, I mean, it is. You know, that's what I get. Well, let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we get started every night. Every night. And tonight is no different. And tonight, if you're following along in the book, we're on page 54. Our good morning tonight is, good morning. Sometimes staying under the covers seems like the best option. Boy, that would have been a good idea today. I feel you, but come on, let's go. Let's see what's out there. Good morning. There is your good morning tonight. Oh, but that actually is a good one, okay? And it's actually good that I'm on early tonight, okay? And it really sort of goes with my topic tonight because I've got one topic for you tonight. One thing that I want to cover. And I guess in some, it's called uncomfortable, okay? And I've made some of you uncomfortable by coming on at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. You're checking your watches. Was there a time change? I've made you uncomfortable just a little bit. Pushed you out of your comfort zone. But what I'm talking tonight about is people actually feeling uncomfortable and making people feel uncomfortable. And that's not an easy thing to define, to say. It's not like just blatant sexual harassment, but it's uncomfortable. And you know, all of us have our own definition of that. When you really get right down to it, all of us have our own definition of a situation that makes us feel uncomfortable. You know, or grody, I mean, that just isn't right. A situation that just isn't right. And some of my team had that situation, had one of those situations today. And so it needs to be addressed that that's not okay. It's not okay for a coworker, a customer, a consignor, anybody, okay, to make you feel uncomfortable. And you know what that is, okay? In this particular situation, it was a customer hitting on one of my team members, okay? And that's not okay. That's not okay. At the point that no is said, okay, and they're customer service people, so they're out there, they're trying to please customers all the time. So it's hard to shift from a pleasing, good attitude, happy-go-lucky, how can I help you? How can I help? To no. This makes me uncomfortable. This is not okay. And it's especially not okay when it's repetitive. And we are in this industry that is predominantly female. I mean, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know. Okay, that this industry is, I mean, while us men are making some inroads in this industry is some 90+% women-owned, women-employed. It overwhelmingly, our business is owned by women that employ women, more than men, and it really doesn't matter. Women can make women feel uncomfortable, men can make other men feel uncomfortable. It does not matter, but it is not okay. And what was worse than the situation, okay, what was honestly, and has been bothering me all day, what was worse than the situation is that my team, based on previous employment, okay, other places that they had been employed, thought that they couldn't say anything, that it was okay, that it's good for business that they be put in uncomfortable situations, and they shouldn't say anything because it could be bad for business. Bad for business. No, I don't care about it. Okay? That is not cool. That is not okay. But that is their previous work environments said, no, you do this. Kirsty, how are you? Great to have you here tonight. Congratulations on the wedding. I love the neon sign. The neon sign, the roofs, I mean, that just kicked it up to another level. That just kicked it up to another level. But any situation, I want to go beat up their previous employers because this is just wrong. I am so thrilled that you are back, Kirsty. I can't wait to catch up with you. It has been too long since we've caught up. That is, that a business managers or owners would condone behavior that makes your staff uncomfortable, okay, that puts them in a uncomfortable situation, that has unwanted advances coming at them. That is wrong. That is wrong that a business owner would tolerate that, and that team members would then think that that's okay. This is just what we have to do at work. I don't have to take that at home, but when I go to work, I have to take that. And no, that is there is no okay for that, okay? This is 2021. And I'd like to think we've come further than that. And I know lots of people have, okay? But it is not okay. And so the underlying theory of uncomfortable, is beyond sexual harassment, is beyond unwanted advances. It is just uncomfortable. And so this is hard, okay? And it's hard. You got to think about this from your team member's perspective for a second, okay? Because they haven't had accommodating bosses or bosses that are as great as you are. And so I want you to think about this from their perspective, and that they might not actually know that this isn't okay. And so what I'm challenging you to do, what I'm pushing you to do to make you just a little uncomfortable and push the envelope just a little bit, is I'm challenging you to go to your staff, okay, and talk about uncomfortable, okay? Talk about being uncomfortable. And that if any situation makes you uncomfortable, we don't have to tolerate it. I don't need any of that business. I don't care if that was the last customer on earth. I do not need them. I do not need them in my store. That type of thing is not welcome. Is not welcome. And it's 8 o'clock somewhere, Kathy. How many cocktails have you had tonight? It's 8 o'clock somewhere. This is what I got to do so my bride can go out to dinner, so that I can take my bride out to dinner. Okay, I didn't want to shortchange anybody tonight. Most of all, my bride. I said, we've had a hard day. Let's go out tonight. I'm gonna hop on early so that I don't neglect my people. And the message I've got tonight is pretty darn important. Okay, so I want you to take the moment this week, in these coming days, okay, to review with your staff that uncomfortable is just that, and it doesn't have to be tolerated. And that can be sexual harassment, that can be unwanted advances, that it's however you feel it. However you feel it that makes you uncomfortable is how you define uncomfortable. Okay, that's the line. That's the line. Okay, the line isn't, well, he touched you or she touched you. Okay, that isn't the line. Okay, the line isn't, one word, they didn't use the trigger word, so that doesn't make it an unwanted thing. No, the line is each individual has a line. And when that line is crossed, and no is said, that's it. End. If it doesn't end there, then that needs to stop. That needs to stop. It is not okay to move forward from there. It is not okay. I don't care if they're your best consignor bringing you the best stuff. They bring you Louis Vuitton all day long, brand new with the tags on it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't need it. I don't care. I'd rather, if they were all our customers, I would lock the door and just call it a day, because I am not subjecting people to that. I am not putting that in that environment, and it is not okay. It is not okay. I mean, I'm still even more mad at previous employers that would say, this is okay, this is how we do business. They're just being fun. They're just, they like you a little bit. Whatever. I don't even know how. I'm trying to be a bad employer and trying to mentally come up with the words to justify where you would do that. No. The answer is no. Uncomfortable is no. Uncomfortable is no. But we need to educate our teams on this, because they don't know that, because they have had previous experiences where this was condoned. Where, it's just boy talk. It's just girls being girls, It's just locker room banter. Don't be such a stuffy wuffy, whatever. I don't know. I don't even have the right words for this. I don't even have the right words for it, but I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong, and I know wrong when I see it. And that's what's so important, okay? And that's what we have to teach our teams. Young or old, that is what we have to teach our teams. they were afraid to bring this up because it was condoned in previous employment, because that it is. That's just locker room. You're not, loosen up. You know, they're just having fun. You know, it's just all fun and games. You know, no, it's not fun and games. It's not. At the point somebody feels uncomfortable, it is not fun and games. Boom, done, drop the mic. That is what I'm telling you. But it's more important that we teach our teams this, because they don't know it. And this is, you know, there is just, you know, I think of some of those corporate sexual harassment classes that I've taken and done and everything else. And, you know, they overcomplicate it because they get into the legality of things and everything else. And the reality of things is uncomfortable. And I don't care whether you're in Texas or Connecticut or Massachusetts or California. When something makes you uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable. And that is the lesson tonight. And the lesson is to implore that on our staff, teach our teams that does not get tolerated. And we don't have to accept that because we're customer facing, because we deal with the public, because of all that. You do not have to do that. Do not. And that is, it's just as boom simple as that. I can't make it any simpler. So that's my one point tonight. Talk to your team. Talk to your team. Show them this video. Share this. Talk to them about it. And just don't. It can happen from anywhere. It can happen from men. It can happen from women. It can happen at any time. Gender does not matter in this. It is just that level of uncomfortable. So. You know what is comfortable is this video and everything that I talk about. This video and everything that I talk about goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. Noon. Everything's over there. All the files, all the spreadsheets, all the budget plans, everything I talk about goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day, including a direct link to these videos on the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, if I had a bell here to ring, you could, hang on a second, ring, or you could ring the bell so that you know when a new video drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, butcher, baker, candlestick maker, whatever they do. We want to help everybody get across the finish line here. We're going to help everybody get through it. I am here every night at more 8 than-ish Eastern, normally. More 8 than-ish Eastern, live in the Narts private Facebook group. But if you have a question in between, you email me, Neil, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com, N-E-I-L, at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book from Lin-Manuel Miranda. We're less than 6 degrees of separation from him, I'm just saying. Still has no clue who we are, but we're less than 6. If you were not here at the top of the program, our good morning on page 54 is, good morning. Sometimes staying under the covers seems like the best option. I feel ya. But come on, let's go see what's out there. Our good night tonight. And there is your comfy bed, right where you left it. You earned this rest. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we can, yes, I will. I'll be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than-ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. It's time to take Cassandra out for dinner. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.